we're pretty excited, as I hope you are, and I hope you leave tonight with more powerful feelings and more understanding of the event, and we're set for a good time. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague for a land acknowledgement.
I'm trying to figure out how this works. Welcome everyone. So we'd like to start with the bike rally and PWA's land acknowledgement. The bike rally recognizes that this gathering we're holding within the modern day city of Toronto takes place on the historical and traditional territory of many Indigenous nations, including the Anishinaabe, the Wendat peoples, and most recently the Mississaugas and Haudenosaunee nations, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island. By making this acknowledgement, we strive to be allies and take an active part in reconciliation by honoring the land, history, and unique Indigenous heritage and culture within the City of Toronto. This fosters our commitment to the recommendations set forth by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And you can also look up those recommendations. They're widely available for all Canadians if you want to learn more about them. The slides are apparently not working.
Do your message.
We will keep talking.
So we have Sullivan Diamond over here, who is going to be doing the same thing as we had last year, which is a really cool process of visual note taking. So Sullivan's going to be drawing and writing over there. It's a really neat visual way you guys see it unfold, or everyone will see it unfold throughout the evening for us to be able to review the meeting afterward. And to all those of you who are watching from near and far, welcome. Thank you for joining us online. I think we have 30 plus people online, so thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, we're all already said we're 30 days out, so your training is going well. I hope your crew preparations are going well. I don't know what's it now. Everything's gone.
We're all right. Back on track. Tonight's agenda, we're going to hear from one of our community speakers, thank all our leadership teams, reveal the 2023 jerseys and crew t-shirts, talk about accommodations and transportation, hear from our PEC, participant engagement, wellness, and nutrition teams, walk through a day in the life of the bike rally, what to expect, go through our COVID-19 and air quality policies, fundraising updates, hear from our executive director, Suzanne, talk a bit about safety, talk a bit about volunteers and next year's bike rally. And at the end, we'll have Q&A. So hold your questions to the end. When the session's over, we'll stay behind and answer some questions. So please join me in welcoming, to get us started, our speaker this evening, Izzy Yance. He's our seasonal bike rally logistics coordinator. He's a member of PWA Speakers Bureau. He's going to join us and tell his story. Welcome, Izzy.
My dear friends, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to stand tonight in front of you and have a speech when two of my lovely golden girls at the office, one of them is Emma, came to my office and she asked if I am ready with it to talk about me and my life with HIV. And I said, yes, why not? Without any hesitation. So that would be a big honor for me. But later, in my head was, oh, that would be not so easy. But not because of you, because of me. So I think it's just a life from a man who has HIV. And I asked myself, what should I tell them? So, because here in this auditorium are so many beautiful souls, and I'm sure you have so many beautiful stories about fundraising over all the years. Regarding David and Dennis' fantastic idea, the story talks about 25 years for a magical story, the name of Friends for Life Bike Rally. But there are also many of you who are writing this magical success story with them, and of which you have become a part. I'm so sorry, I'm nervous. In behalf of all people living with HIV in Montreal, in Kingston, and in Toronto, I would like to say from bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all riders, crews, and volunteers, those first, to you today, and those after you. You have 25 extremely magical years behind you. Please continue to be enchanted for a long time. So now come the main person, me. My name is Easy. I am 46 years old. I was born in Switzerland, raised in Switzerland. And after I graduated in Switzerland, my parents and family, they moved back to the homeland from my parents, which is Slovenia. Slovenia is an European country, smaller than Toronto. It would be very fun to have a bike rally in Slovenia, because from the east side to the west coast, you're done in 2.5 hours with the car, not with the bike. Yeah, after I finished my college, I decided to make my dream true and to gonna be a pilot. So I attend a flight academy in Germany with Lufthansa, and I finished the school and I started to be a trained co-pilot.
No one can see.
So the life as a pilot was very nice. I was always in the middle of attention, especially when I wore a uniform. And when I remember, I think I was looking very good. So, yeah, as I said, the life was nice, beautiful. I saw a lot of countries. I had the touch of lots of different cultures, and practically I didn't know what it means to have some problems or struggle in life. And then I made one fatal mistake, which hurts today. Still, I was diagnosed with HIV. And I remember this day when I got my results back. The first thing was, no, I hope I didn't affect my partner. So, because I was in a relationship 1 month after I get my results back. And my entire world was destroyed, but not because of me, myself, because knowing maybe I harmed someone else, it was really horrible. And thank God, after 2 days, when the results come back from my boyfriend that he was negative, it was, yeah, it was really a healing moment for me to knowing I didn't hurt my best part. I starting to take my therapies. I had no any other problems, and my boyfriend and I, we made a decision to move to Canada. When we came here to Canada, knowing we started a new era, a new life, it was not fun, to be honest. You have to look where you get the medication, how to come to a family doctor to make a blood test and so on. But I personally never will forget that when I came as an immigrant to Canada, I always ask, and I do it today, I don't need any benefits from here. I just need the same opportunity to grow and to establish a life here in Canada. And some people, they understand that, and some people, they don't understand that most of the immigrants here in Canada, they just looking for something new and not the benefits, because the benefits, especially for me, so my benefits here in Canada is to meet so many lovely people like you. This is the benefit from Canada. To make it short, I would like to say to everyone in PWA, outside PWA, thank you very much for believing in me. I promise, it doesn't matter if I am a pilot or a cleaner or a logistic assistant, the responsibility to make a good job is always the same. And I promise, I really, really promise to you to make the 25th bike rally unforgettable for you. Just one word to come back to one sentence regarding the benefits. As I said, I'm 46-year-old, and the benefits that I get in my life is my love, and especially you, because meet so many people didn't lose the humanity to raising funds for people. They are sick. It makes me speechless. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There was something on the slide that disappeared earlier, which was, I just wanted to say, for everyone who is a returning rider or crew or participant of any kind, there will be some new information for you tonight that has been different than other years. So we're glad you're here to hear about it. And for new participants, we're so happy that you're here. We're sure you have so many questions, as we did when it was our first years. So we hope that you get your answers tonight, and like Rob said earlier, there will be an opportunity at the end if there's anything we missed. And I do recommend, as someone with ADHD myself, to write down your question if it pops up during the presentation, so you can make sure it gets answered later. So the bike rally supports such an important cause, as Izzy just helped to remind us. And we couldn't do it without our tireless leadership volunteers who work year-round to make it happen. So if you are in the room, please stand when we call your name. Ted Robinson from Community Engagement, Jed Cancran, Community Engagement, Vince Hughes, Community Engagement, Steva Sinanan, Sponsorship, Neil Kadrinko, Sponsorship, Seamus Butterly, Fundraising, Trevor Hopman, Fundraising, Dustin Seidler, Participant Engagement, Sarah Menard, Participant Engagement, Simon Lisness, Recruitment and Retention, Jacob Nagy, Recruitment and Retention, Lawrence Liu, Recruitment and Retention, Tak Tsukuda, Nutrition, Todd Davies, Nutrition, Eric Flavor, Rustlers, Brent Everett James, Rustlers, Sam Lapidus, 25th anniversary, and Bob Bierman, honorary steering committee participant and amazing helper, and Trinity Groups for Wellness, training and support, Steve Yates, training and support, and Brent South and Team Captain Co-Leads, Eli Elasser, Team Captain Co-Leads.
Thanks to this incredible steering committee for all your hard work. And it goes without saying that we have many more important volunteers dedicated to the bike rally and our rider teams. Team captains, if you're in the room, stand when we call your name. Dean Miller and Jeff Otto, Team Pokemon. Mark Keller and Paul Hines, Team Trainer Action. Ryan Millward and Jonathan Robbins, Team Group Front. Pinto, John Roy, Team Sensation.
We want to thank Daryl Mady, who designed this year's jerseys.
Bravo!
Wash it in between if you would like to. And then for our top fundraiser jersey this year. This evening, but for all those who will have earned top fundraiser status by the morning of day 4, you will be donned in our top fundraiser jersey. And wait, before that, and then here we go, our crew t-shirts for this year. And crew top fundraiser.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Reed. I am the development manager at PWA. I work year round with our team to plan the bike rally and put it on for you. Working with me is Emma Cole McCubbin, who is our event coordinator. Logistics superstar. Marie Marchand, who's a lot of you will have spoken to. She's not actually going to be on the ride, but she's back in the office processing everyone's donations and helping you out with your fundraising platform. So if you have any issues, Marie's the one who helps you out online. And then we have our seasonal helpers, our marketing coordinator, Abu. We'll be doing all the social media on the ride, as well as all of the graphics and everything leading up to it. And then Izzy, who you met, is Emma's helper and our logistics coordinator, and will be joining us on the ride as well. So this next section is digging into the weeds a little bit about the nitty-gritty details of this year's ride. There are, as Gabby said, a bunch of things that are different, and we will get into those. And all of it is in the handbook, which was released today. There's a version for each type of participant, 6 day, 3 day, 1 day, and crew. It's searchable. There are page numbers. Everyone's been requesting that for years, so there are page numbers now. And also links in the PDF that link out to forms and things that you need to fill out. So that's in your email as well as on the website. So I will pass that off. Oh, just one more thing. The Daily Cog, which is our daily news update, is happening again this year. So you'll get that in your email box on the ride. And it's going to give you a rundown of what happened that day, as well as a preview for the next day. So make sure you have your rally handbook with you so you can follow along on the road and know what's happening. And here's Emma Cole to talk about travel.
Alrighty, for those of you who I haven't met yet, my name is Emma Cole, she, her pronouns, and I'm the development officer, logistics person at the PWA office. I know you've all been reading our e-news very carefully. If I was wearing glasses right now, I'd like pull them down, like I see the ones that I've been reading. I'll try to make this as entertaining as possible because I know there are like tons of details, and especially if you're new, it can feel overwhelming, but that's why we put things out like the handbook. This is my life's work. I made this flowchart today. I was trying to like embody like the BuzzFeed quizzes where you go down and figure out like what bicycle accessory you'd be with like 5 questions. So here's the flowchart that you can take a picture of. We'll share it later. Basically, you can walk through everything that you need to know regarding transit and accommodations, but I'll go through it together with you, but please use this. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you. Okay, what have I got for you? So pre-rally transportation. So I'll do this in chronological order here. So this is all happening on August 4th. So the Friday before we leave, this is when you start getting a little bit nervous and excited and it's hard to sleep. This is what I'm talking about. So my friends in Montreal and Kingston, you're gonna have the option to drop your bikes off at ACCM or Trellis, your corresponding ASO, a day or two before the 4th. We'll make sure that you have the connections that you need to arrange that when it's convenient for you. We're gonna have depending on numbers, either a bus or via rail tickets to get you to Toronto on the 4th. All right, God, there's a lot of, let's stand up here. Okay, for accommodations, the pre-rally accommodations in Toronto were being hosted again by the Toronto Metropolitan University residences. And so you can either stay there the 4th and or the 5th prior to departure. I'll go over the deposit forms at the end, but you have the option of staying 1 or 2 nights. Similarly, in Montreal, we're staying at the Grey Nuns, our classic residence of choice. This year we have a bonus day, however, so you can stay Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So you get to stay for the Pride Parade on Sunday. Cool, right? Okay, great. Alrighty, we're moving along here. Our post-rally transportation. So my friends who are doing the one-day ride into Port Hope, the bus will be leaving our venue in Port Hope at 8:30 to bring you back to Toronto. There's nothing that you need to do regarding that. We've already like booked our numbers for our day 1 riders, so that's easy peasy. And then similarly to accommodations, we have a bus leaving Montreal on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday that you can choose from. And here's the important part. If you're taking notes, this is the part I want you to take note of. This year, we've created a deposit form in-house. So to ensure your accommodations and transportation, there is a corresponding deposit form. You can use this QR code and it'll take you to our one reference page. There's a $50 deposit to secure your room wherever you need it and your transportation wherever you need it. That'll be reimbursed to you after the rally once you've used that service. Kind of clear? So if we're going back to my really beautiful flow chart here, anything in teal, you need to complete the deposit form for. Anything in gray, it's already included in your registration. So notice like Queen's University, you're taken care of, no problem. But if you want to stay in Montreal, that's teal, you need the deposit form. Do we kind of get it? Okay, great, love it. Okay, who am I passing this off to? Oh, no, it's still me. Okay, hi everybody. Okay, it's me again. Okay, almost done here. So packing day. This is the day before we leave, so the Saturday. It's at the same old place we're always at the Monsignor Fraser Isabella campus. It's a school, we have a gym and a big parking lot. This is the day that you want to put on the calendar because it's the day you meet the absolute celebrities of the bike rally, which are the bins, the Rubbermaid bins, yeah. For our first year riders, they're like, yeah, that looks like what my dad keeps our holiday decorations in. No, these are iconic. They're icons of the bike rally. They have decades of bike rally memories in them, which you'll see from like the scars of duct tape all over them. You get one and you bond with it. It's your guy. Here's some information. Oh, Siri is listening to me right now. Okay, so for packing day, that's where you meet. You put all of your stuff into your bins. You learn what truck everything's going to be loaded onto. This is also where, if you're on crew, we take a picture of your driver's license if you're driving, an opportunity to fill out your medical forms if you need to do that. You should have already done them, but it's okay. And then what else can we do? Oh, there's also camping equipment there. So if you've emailed us saying, hey, I need a tent or I need a chair or whatever you need, we'll have it ready for you there. I think that's all for packing day, pretty much. Okay. Rob, go for it.
Hey, thank you, Emma. Thank you very much. Departure day. It's new for new riders and return riders. We're once again be departing from Corktown Common, beautiful green park space downtown. It's pretty much designed for an event like ours. So on departure day, the morning agenda as follows: 7 a.m. everyone shows up, ready to go, sign in. 8 o'clock, we'll have group photos. 8:30, we'll have some speeches. You'll get to hear from us once again that morning. 8:45 stretch, and 9 o'clock ribbon cutting, and off we go on day one. And this is the day you'll wear your official bike rally jersey and official bike rally crew t-shirt, and bring everything you need to ride and get your vehicles and enjoy the day.
I do want to add, for packing day and departure day, this is relevant. Do not pack your beautiful rainbow jersey that is day 1 and day 6 on packing day, because it will be in a truck when you want to put it on to go to departure day. If you do that, you won't be the first person to have done it, but please try not to.
Not the last.
So day in the life on the rally. Please don't hurt me for saying this, that 5 a.m. is the suggested time to wake up. So many of you here, especially on a live stream here, are new. So here's what your day might look like. It might look like a 5 a.m. wake up. That depends on how long it takes you to get your tent put away. You might be able to sleep in a little. Our breakfast, we have pushed up a little bit this year. So 5:45, it will be open, but it will still run to 7, right, Todd? No, 6:45. Okay, 5:45 to 6:45. If you get there at 7, don't say Gabby said you could, because I didn't. 7 to 8 a.m., riders deliver their bins to the rustlers and crew load up their vehicles. This is especially important on some days where the rustlers have to get out ahead of us. So if we let you know it's a really important day to get your bins to the truck, please be respectful of that. Then 8 a.m. group stretch for riders and road support crew hits the road. Then 8:30 we depart, sometimes a little bit earlier if we can. And then riders and crew are on the road. We have stops and breaks. They're every approximately 30-ish kilometers. At 1 o'clock, the rustlers arrive in camp and start unloading the bins. And around 2, riders start arriving. And you do need to be in camp by 5 o'clock. So I think you're taking the second half of the day.
The second half of the day. Generally around 3 to 6, riders and crew start arriving, set up tents, get ready to settle down. There will be yoga classes on day 2 and 4. Physical treatments from the wellness teams go to those tents, they'll be set up. And riders will then place their bikes on the trucks, or the designated trucks. They'll be stored overnight to the next day. Dinner is 5:30 to 7, and throughout dinner, the electrical charging stations will be set up for new participants. We created these wonderful charging boards that are hooked up to the generator where you can keep your devices charged and stay connected throughout the week. 7 to 8, some free time, and there'll also be evening activities, which our PEC folks will tell you about shortly. And every evening will be a recovery group that will meet privately, and you reach out to your team captains, PWA staff or crew leads for more info. 8 to 10 evening activities, 10 o'clock quiet time. Likely by then we'll need quiet time after a long journey of cycling and crewing together. And now we would like to introduce our wonderful, energetic, beautiful participant engagement folks, Dustin Seiler and Sarah Menard.
Yeah. All right, so you did touch on day 1, but we did want to reiterate, please, please, please do not show up any later than 7:30 a.m. More so than ever, this is going to be an awesome time to get geared up for the ride. It's also a great opportunity to connect with your teammates, fellow riders, and again, just get into the right headspace. There'll be some stretching, some coffee, great opportunity to take pics, which I'm sure we all love to do. All right, and so then once we get to Port Hope, this is pretty much a chill night. Essentially, it's a free night. We're hoping to offer, actually not hoping to offer, we will be offering a spa experience in the air-conditioned gym of the community center. So that will be a lovely experience. We will also be providing access to basketball and pickleball, which apparently is a very popular sport these days. Van shuttles will also be taking people to the beach if you want to go for a nice cool dip. Showers will be on site, so we won't be taking shuttle buses to, I don't know where we were going last year, but anyways, it was a pain in the butt, so it'll be very convenient this year. Can you hold this? Oh, thanks very much. So we'll be offering we will be offering showers on site. And then also, Port Hope is super excited to have all of us. So we will be providing everyone with maps, so you can take a little stroll down to the city of Port Hope to check out the sights and sounds. And then we will also be sending off the day 1 riders at around 8:30, but prior to that, there will be some speeches at around 6:30 provided by the Port Hope dignitaries celebrating again the day 1 riders. So now I'm going to pass things over to Dustin for day 2.
Yay! All right, so day 2. Day 2 in the evening, we normally have a talent night, but this year we're changing it and it's going to be amazing. We're doing a Friends for Life lip sync assassin. Yeah! All right, so every team is going to voluntarily put forward one person, and they are going to be given songs that they're going to memorize the lyrics for, and they're going to compete. We're going to have 2 teams face off against each other. The winner will move on, the loser won't. But yeah, so we're having all 9 teams, right? There's 9.
Yep.
And then there's a crew, and then there's CMCC, our lovely Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College students over here. If they want to put into a team, you guys can as well. So basically, we're gonna have a couple of bids set aside. So if you want to go full drag, you can. And this will not be in with your like pack stuff. It'll be separate. So just so it's not taking up your space, we'll provide makeup wipes. It's gonna be amazing. Full drag. So this is gonna be really fun. Sarah and I picked the songs the other day. We had a blast doing it. We were dying laughing on the computer. Yeah, so we're really excited about this. More importantly, this is an opportunity for everybody to dress in red that night. Just because on the morning we're usually so rushed, not everybody gets to be in a team picture with their red. So we're encouraging you to wear your red dresses, show them off. We'll have a little red dress, red carpet runway. And it's just a night for us to focus on what we're really doing and why we're riding. So we're really excited about the Lip Sync Assassin, and there's going to be prizes for the team that wins and prizes for the individual as well. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. Jacob? Yeah, so that's
Great question.
Thank you.
Great question.
So the song list is going to come out in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from today, the team captains are going to email Sarah and I, who will be representing their team. And then once we have all of the participants for the Lip Sync Assassin, we are going to create an email thread, and then we'll give more information to the contestants, competitors, queens, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to this event. It's going to be amazing.
Perfect, thanks, Dustin. So then day 3. Adolphus, I can't pronounce the name, to Kingston. Okay, so this will be another fun day where again, you're gonna have the opportunity to dress up into your red gear. Again, it's possibly or most definitely gonna be a dress, I would assume. And then so on, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be. And so again, an opportunity to wear your red gear, and then we will be cycling to Kingston. This is a shorter ride, so it's a great opportunity to really just give it all you got. We will arrive to Kingston around the lunchtime hour. So here you'll check in, you'll get to meet your roommate, you'll have some lunch, and then really the afternoon is yours. It's a great opportunity to just do some clothing washing, which you can do at the residence, or you can go downtown. There's a nice laundromat downtown, which I utilized last year, which is right next to an LCBO, very convenient. And then the evening again is yours. Can hit up a patio, a restaurant, and there is drag in the park, which we all encourage you to attend. It is a fundraiser. All proceeds will go to the bike rally. It's a super fun event. And that will start at 7 p.m. sharp in the park.
7 p.m. Queen time.
There's also beers for queers.
There's also beers for queers at the bar across the street after work.
So go there. Thanks, Gabby. All right, so night 4 is the candlelight vigil. This is probably one of the best nights of the bike rally. It's an opportunity for people to share their experience living with HIV/AIDS, and it's a really special night. We usually have a full moon and a ship floating down the river. Am I giving away too much? No, it's amazing. It's truly a magical night. It's on the beach, and by the end of the night, it's just candles, and it's a really touching night. Is there anything else I'm missing for that? All right. All right.
All right, day 5, Johnstown to Lancaster. Okay, so that evening is our karaoke night. So next to the candle vigil night, this is a true bike rally tradition. I'm sure I don't have to explain what karaoke is. So this year we will just be sending out a sign-up form, just something to be aware of. So we ask that if you do want to participate in this event, that you fill out this form that we'll be sending out. And then feel free to bring some props. Dustin had some awesome props last year. We had some fruit being thrown around, watermelon, strawberries, whatever you want. So anyways, that will be your night 5.
Great. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Night 6 is our arrival party. We'll get to Montreal. We'll have the arrival party in, remind me the park?
Parc La Fontaine. La Fontaine, La
Oh, it's
Fontaine.
coming up next. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. All right, we'll let them talk about it. But there is one more thing Participant Engagement Committee would like to tell you about. And that is September 17th. Everybody take out your phone. No, just take it out, put it in your calendar. I'm busy this day for bike rally. This September 17th is gonna be an amazing day. It is our reunion and recruitment party. It's going to be a ticketed event at the Porch, which is located at Adelaide and John area. We are hosting a reunion and recruitment brunch, drag brunch. And we have Canada's Drag Race, Toronto's finest queen, Tainomi Banks, and Miss Madame Butterfly hosting the brunch. And you're gonna get brunch included with your ticket. And that is going to be an absolute riot. And the reason that we want to make this party the biggest and best is because we are coming off of one of the highest moments of our summer. And we want to be able to like share this experience with everybody that missed out, so that right there at the reunion party, we can recruit them for the next year's ride. Because I know we'll all be back for the 26th party, the 26th year for the Friends for Life Bike Rally. So yeah, September 17th at the Porch, keep that in mind. Tickets will go on sale on the ride. That's it for us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. These two have been outstanding this year. Thank you, Pex, so very much. Please welcome back to Nicole. Tell us about our new and exciting arrival in Montreal.
Okay, hello, everybody. I wanted like a Sasha Velour rose petal reveal moment for this, but Dustin kind of spoiled it a little bit. But yeah, we have a brand new arrival location. It's Parc La Fontaine in Montreal. Yeah. If you're wondering how to say the address, it's 3819 Avenue Calixia-Lavallée. Sounds very fancy. Basically, the lowdown here is that if you are a crew member, we're going to have your vehicles parked between 1:30 and 2:30 in the afternoon-ish at Grey Nuns residence. So very convenient for most of you. Yay, excellent. On our map here, we have a yellow zone, and that's where arrival is going to happen and the bin and bike exchange. So your Rustler friends will be parked in the yellow zone there. You're going to ride in there. All of your friends and family will be there before 3:30 in the afternoon to make sure that they're there to cheer you in. So make sure you let them know. Our riders are projected to be in around 4 p.m. And then we're going to have speeches and refreshments in the purple zone. So we have a nice little walk. There's a cutie little bridge over a little pond. It's very scenic and picturesque. And then we'll have speeches and refreshments there. This year, we will be selling drink tickets for the restaurant there. So you'll see all of that in e-news coming soon. And any other little bits. Oh yeah, and then the park has great access to Metro, and we'll be doing accommodation shuttles. So there'll be shuttles starting after speeches to take you to either the Sheridan or the Grey Nuns. So you don't have to navigate Montreal if you don't want to. Okay, Michael, do you want to tell us about bin and bike exchange?
Do I?
Do I ever? Sorry, I'll hand off.
Most exciting part for some of us. So like Nicole said, the bin and bike exchange is going to be happening in the park. We have tons of room. The park is huge. We're going to have parking all along the street for the Rustlers. So when you arrive, you're going to come down the road into the park. You're going to peel off, and then you're going to take your bike directly to the trucks and load your bikes right into the trucks like we did last year. It went really fast, and we get the bikes out of the way so we don't have to have someone guard them for a couple of hours. So they'll go straight in the trucks. You're going to get your regular shoes. You're going to put those in a bag when we leave in the morning, and then you're going to change into your regular shoes, and then you're going to walk over to the stage area for the party. When that's over, you go back there, and all the bins will be out in the designated bin area. You get your stuff, and you head out to your hotel. And just so you know, the Rustlers get to come to the party too, so you don't get access to your bins until it's over, or close to being over. So don't try to go rummaging through it any earlier than that. And then transportation home from Montreal. Crew members will go back in their own vehicles, drive back on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. from Grey Nuns. If you are crew and want to stay until Monday, that is open to you. You just have to talk to your crew lead and make sure that there's enough people to cover driving the vehicles back. Yes, and there will be 3 buses for anyone who's left on Monday, on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, taking people back. They'll be leaving from Grey Nuns, I think, right, Emma? Yeah. And we haven't decided which times on those days. We're going to talk to the people who are going to take those buses and see which time kind of comes out on top, because we're not really sure why people are choosing which day. So we will decide that with the participants. And that's that. I think Gabby.
Just keep sneaking up on everybody back here. Thank you, Michael. So now we're on to some more of what to expect. The bike rally is an ever-evolving adventure for the staff and volunteers who plan the event, and the communities we ride through are also changing. So, whoops, hold on, what have I done? Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay, so similar to last year, we partially have road support and wellness crew combined. It removes a step in the helpline dispatch process and saves on vehicles. We'll be joined by 2 professional paramedics who have specialty in sporting events and have been hired to supplement our wellness volunteers. And when I talk about the helpline, just in case anyone doesn't know, there's an emergency line that is on the back of the license plate that everyone will have on their bicycles. So when you need help on the bike rally, that's where you call. There is a confidential support group, as Rob mentioned earlier, for those in recovery from addictions, and we'll run every night from approximately 7 to 7:45. The location and time each campsite may vary slightly, and information will be announced in the Daily Cog. And as well, please feel free to reach out to any leadership or staff if you have questions about that, or your team leads. And we're bringing back yoga sessions offered in camp at 3 and 5 p.m. on day 2 and 4:30 p.m. on day 4. And so now we're, Emma Cole talked me through it, so I'll just talk about it. So I was going to invite her up, but I'll just do it. So we do have some, actually, no, you know what? You come and talk about it. I give up. I already realized I forgot something.
Okay, so real quick, last time from me. We are going to be offering this year standard first aid, CPRC, and AED courses through a partnership with the University of Toronto First Aid Society. So that mouthful just basically means if you want to be trained in things that hopefully won't happen on the rally, this is how you can do it. They're a really great student group, actually, that all of the fees that we pay for your course will go into different charitable nonprofits throughout Toronto. So that's very cute. We love that. In order to register, these links will be available on the bike rally calendar, as well as in an e-news. There's 3 different courses. I think they're all on weekends. And the registration link will close a week before the course starts, because there's a Red Cross e-module that you have to complete prior to the in-class portion, which is just 1 day. So the U of T folks will get in touch with you about that. It's all managed through them. And it's on U of T campus. I think it's at the Oisey building, but U of T folks will get in touch with you. So if you're interested in getting a first aid course through the bike rally, this is how you do it.
That's the part I forgot.
$0 to you, friends. $0.
Thank you. That's literally the only part I couldn't remember was the cost. So now I'll invite Trinity up to talk about wellness on the ride. Come on up. And then that's for Zoom.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trinity. And this year I am not riding with you. I'm heading up wellness with Stephen McEwen, who is in Ottawa and watching on Zoom this evening. So I don't want to repeat myself, so I'm going to skip over some of the things that have already been discussed. But the first thing that I'd like to say is that the focus of wellness this year is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It's going to be very, very hot this year. So the Bike Rally Handbook just arrived to your inbox this morning. Please read the section on hydration. Even if you've been riding for 25 years, just go back, read it again. Also on how to use your electrolytes. Some people bring their own electrolytes because they don't like using Gatorade. So if that's your preference, please bring lots of it. The other thing is nutrition. Nutrition is very important. Sugar will dehydrate you. Salt will keep everything in your body that you need while you're being powered up and riding your bicycles. This doesn't just apply to riders, it also applies to crew, and of course, everybody who's supporting the ride this year, all the volunteers. Especially when you're out on the road and you're supporting riders. Sometimes you're out on the road for a couple of hours and you got to remember to keep drinking yourself. Also, for those of you who are first-year riders, if you've been out on training rides and you find that you're still having trouble reaching down to your bottles, and you get to the end of your ride and you realize you've only probably, got in 1 liter or 2 liters, then please consider getting a Camel Pack. A lot of people think it's hot, but in fact, put some ice in that Camel Pack and it keeps your spine cool, and it's a very enjoyable thing to have on the ride. Okay? So we have a great wellness team this year. We are privileged and lucky to have CMCC again this year. And with CMCC, they will be providing services from, as we said before, when we get into camp in the evening and sometimes at lunchtime possibly. And they will also be getting warm-ups in the morning. So everybody make sure that you've got your bins in the truck so that you can get there for your warm-ups. We also have a wonderful team of RMTs, experienced, and we have Marinella Nasso, who's coming with us as an osteopath this year. And Marinella will also be offering us yoga classes, as mentioned earlier. So moving on, as we've mentioned, we will have wellness support. We've got 2 paramedics and we have 3 nurses with us. We have Barbara and Dennis returning to us from last year. And we also have John, who's coming this year, who's a previous bike rally rider and is gracing us with all of his skills as a nurse. Again, we will have an RV, something that we missed last year, but this year we have an RV. And for those of you who have medication that needs to be refrigerated, please bring it with you when we arrive on Sunday morning and come to the wellness table, bring your medication with you, and we will store it in refrigeration in the RV for the entire bike rally for you. Okay, so you'll know that it's stored there. We are concerned about issues of air quality this year. So we do have a strategy in place, and it's going to be based on the numbers scale. So depending on what the number is of the air quality, decisions will be made by the teams that are coordinating how we move the rally forward. So please pay attention in the morning. Air quality could change dramatically as we're riding. In that case, please bring along your N95 just in case you have to put it on. We will be supplying them during the bike rally, but know that you might need to wear that. Also, we might need to pull you off the rally if air quality is very bad. If you have a puffer, please bring your puffer with you, even if it's something that you use infrequently. Bring it with you. Also remember that at the end of the day, you must take it off your bicycle gear before your bikes go into the truck at night, just in case you need it through the night. Okay? Moving on. Sorry, there's a lot going on here. So you will, for those of you who are first-year riders, everybody receives a lanyard with your name and your nutritional preferences and 3 circles, which will be your wellness treatments. If you have long-term chronic problems, you can go to the CMC clinics, which are scattered throughout the GTA, and you can receive an assessment and a treatment plan prior to the ride. All you need to do is go to one of the CMC clinics. There's one on Sherbourne, there's one at the Riverdale Health Network, is that right? There's one in North York. They're scattered about. If you go onto their website, let them know that you are a bike rally participant, and they will get you set up with that treatment plan, which you can bring on the rally, which will save you some time and maybe get you an extra treatment if you're lucky and you need it. Okay. Okay, COVID-19. So COVID is still a thing. Did you know that? COVID is still a thing. And we must be prepared for COVID-19 on the rally. Of course, it's low risk because we spend most of our time outside. We do recommend on the rally that everyone have their vaccinations, although we do not ask you for proof of vaccination anymore. If you are vulnerable, please consider getting a booster before you come on the ride. We will be providing COVID-19 rapid tests if you're starting to show signs and symptoms. Your medical information is entirely confidential. However, it is important to us to know who you've had close contact with so that we can also offer them a rapid test. In the event that you are showing signs and symptoms and you test positive, we will provide a ride for you to return home. Okay? What else am I going to tell you about? Okay, lastly, we've already mentioned this, but there will be a dry zone at camp every night. For those who would prefer tranquility over the trappings of revelry, which we all know can be a big issue on the bike rally. We're super looking forward to seeing you all on the road. And this brings me to the very last thing that is not in the notes, and that is butt butter. For those of you who like to ride a bicycle, no matter how many times you've ridden it, conditions can change. If you have new equipment and new clothing, please wash it at least 3 times before you come on the rally. And if you have, how do we say that? ShamWow? No, chamois butter, please bring it. Okay, thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you.
Just to really keep this chamois butter train going. Body Glide sticks are also a great option. And not to be crude, but silicone lube, also great option to help your nether regions stay happy on the ride. So, and I also wanted to add, we forgot to put into the slides, but in addition to the quiet zone for camping, near our quiet zone, we're also going to add a little like spiritual practice area this year, which we haven't had before. So we do have a rider who will be doing his Muslim prayers there every day, and people are welcome to join him. He's happy to help lead them. And as well, if you have any spiritual practices that you do regularly and you need to keep up for your mental health and your spiritual well-being, you're welcome to use that space, and everyone will know to be respectful of that area. And they won't be wondering what you're doing because you'll be in the spiritual zone, so they'll know exactly what's going on. So with that, I'd love to invite Todd up to speak about nutrition.
who knew I'd have to follow butt butter? Okay, so most of you know me since this is my 21st year of doing this. Couple of things new this year. So I think Michael made some changes for me in the handbook. Just take a look and make sure that it does say about bringing a plate and cutlery for the breakfast and the dinner. We are going to provide the insert again this year so that you can keep the plate clean and not have to worry about washing it. And for lunch, what we're going to try this year, because we're trying to reduce our footprint along the way, is we will actually have plastic plates for you, and we're going to use the insert piece again. So we're hoping that we can convince everybody not to throw any of the plates away at lunch. Just throw away the insert, give us back the plate, and we can hopefully reduce our footprint that way a little bit. So hopefully that will work out well for everybody. We're also going to try again. I don't know if some of you may have noticed some of my crew running around last year collecting up all the beer bottles, liquor bottles, Tetra Paks, wine bottles, so on and so forth. We're going to try that again and see if we can raise some money for PWA that way. I'm not sure they're going to run around from campsite to campsite, but we will have something near the coffee station for you to be able to deposit them in there, and then we'll worry about taking them off to where they need to go. We are starting on this Sunday. I will be out doing the training ride barbecues, so if anyone is interested, so for those of you who are new and don't know what this is, you start going to some places that just don't have much of anything. So for example, Burlington is lovely, but the park has nothing to eat there. So Burlington, Goodwood, Keswick, I think those are the main ones that I'm doing. I can't do Bell Fountain, unfortunately. I can't find a place for us to do it at. So Bell Fountain, you'll be on your own as far as food, but it's $12 for the barbecue if you're interested in partaking. I usually have hamburgers, sausage, hot dogs, vegan, vegetarian burgers, and a variety of salads and things. So bring your money, or you can e-transfer it to me. Was there anything else, TAC, that was new this year? Oh, the 5:45 to 6:45. So they've been, the hours have been changing, it seems, depending on what I look at, but it's 5:45 to 6:45. We're trying to do this a little bit earlier every morning so that we can get you folks out earlier. I think we're really hoping 8 o'clock to try to get everybody out by 8 o'clock to try to maybe avoid some of the heat of the day. It helps us out because it gets us into lunch earlier, gets you into lunch earlier, and then ultimately at the end of the day, gets everybody into dinner earlier. So those are some of the changes we have for us this year. Thank you.
Well, I was going to drone on about COVID and air quality, but Trinity already did that. So we're just going to skip these slides. Yay. Oh, and my time's over. Thank you.
If you're more curious about the air quality kind of delineations we've made, our policy has been shared via email to all of you, so you can look that up as well. And is it in the handbook? Yeah, it's in the handbook. So we all ride and crew for many different reasons, but we share a common task to assist the 3 aid service organizations, and that is fundraising. So here's where we are at.
Thanks to we are doing $1.3 million. We have a very large goal of 1.8, 30 days to raise $500 million. $500,000. Okay. This community always steps up. The folks that have been part of the bike rally are supporters or donors. believe in what we do, and we have such an important and telling story. So keep going at it. Sometime next week, we're going to be sending some fundraising tools for you to do for the final home stretch. So keep at it, and thank you so much for what you've been doing. Yep, this is like 4 weeks. Most have started fundraising. If you haven't, please start tonight. If you're close to your goal, raise it. When you hit it, raise it. Dig deeper. Our reach in the community has grown. The clients have grown exponentially. They need the supports that PWA, Charles and ACCM provide, and that's where we come in. Our community is depending on us, so keep at it, and thank you so much. Perfect segue from fundraising, it's time to do the draw for the incredible gift of Cycle Solutions provided. So please welcome our rep from Cycle Solutions and rider, Scott Merritt, to the stage.
Hey, everybody, thank you very much for having us. We are excited because every year, Kaylee's not here tonight. He usually ends up donating about a $1,500 bike, but this year we wanted to step up for the 25th anniversary. So this year we're giving away a Trek Damani, valued about $4,500, which is amazing, really nice bike. I will figure out whoever wins it, how we can get it to you. You're gonna probably come to the shop, you'll probably get to pick your color out, and we'll get your size. One of the great things I learned about tonight is we have over 3,000 entries into this draw tonight, so that's amazing. So, you want to discuss how it goes? Awesome.
So we were going to cut out 3,000 pieces of paper for the draw. So I put it into Excel. Each entry has a number, and so Scott is now going to generate a random number using an app, and whatever number corresponds to that entry will win.
Yay!
So
So what do we
hit that button.
There we go.
Okay, number 2,144. Here, I need to find it.
Okay. Really?
Michael Murphy.
Congratulations. Nice, nice. My bike kind of sucks.
Congratulations. Congratulations, and I just wanted to add, while we're talking about bike shops, Cycle Solutions and YaBikes are both sponsors, and you need to get your bike tuned up after you have done all of your training and put thousands of kilometers on your bicycle all summer before the bike rally, so that it actually works for the bike rally. So please visit our sponsor bike shops or your local bike shop and get that done, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, going from bike to segue to safety on the road. Just remember, safety starts the night before. Get a good night's sleep, no matter what. Ensure you're mindful and adequately prepared with balanced nutrition, which wellness is talked about often, and prepare your gear the night before. Make sure, to a training ride and on the ride, that you have all the mechanical needs tended to before, and you're set for the day's adventure. And on the rally, we have our wonderful friends from YaBikes supporting us, incredible bike mechanics. They'll be joining us for the entire rally, so give it up for them. Just a reminder, July 7th is the milestone date to have completed 200K back-to-backs in 2 days. Dead silence. What? Who does that? Please ensure you have proper equipment, your frame size and helmet are correct for you and sized and measured. Cycling Solutions, the team there can help with that. Make sure your bike's maintained and checked for all the safety, tires, wheels, chains, gears, brakes, pads, lights, and reflectors. And know the rules of the road. Be aware of potential hazards and really, really listen to your body more than ever with the climate the way it is, the air quality, listen to your body. Check the weather, be prepared, ride responsibly, and have the most fun. Let's have some fun.
Speaking of fun, we're all going to do some participation right now. So everyone's going to stand up and we are going to practice our hand signals. We are also going to practice our spatial awareness and not hitting our neighbors. So would everyone, and remember I'm mirrored to you. So if everyone wants to start with a right turn and then stopping and slowing. Then we're going to, did we miss left?
Left,
There we
miss
go.
left.
Yeah. You switched before I was ready. Left turn. And then here are some less common ones. Pointing at an obstacle, like a pothole. You might want to circle it. Gravel, whichever side that it's on. Oh God, I'm knocking over the drinks here, speaking of spatial awareness. Tracks is 2 fingers behind your back, almost like you're crossing your fingers when you're making a pledge or a promise, but not quite. So those are the signals. You will hear lots of people saying gravel, hole. It gets a little bit repetitive, but it is really helpful to make sure the people behind you do not crash. So everyone, good job. Oh yeah, and on your left. Call on your left. When you're passing somebody, pass them on their left, not the right-hand side, and say on your left. You can say caringly, you can say their name if you see it on their tag. If you're friends, you can give them a little hello. You can introduce yourself. So that's it. Thank you for your participation. You can have a seat. Next, we're going to invite Susanna. Next, we're going to invite Susanna. Our executive director, by the way. Sorry.
Thank you, everyone. Just a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to Ower Alberto, who works at PWA, and he was talking to me about how when he was on vacation, he went to Colombia. He's from Venezuela, and he's part of an organization supporting people living with HIV who are making the trek from South America to North America by foot. They cross the Panamanian jungle, and it takes about 4 months. And he went there as an ambassador so that people who were leaving Colombia knew a safe place to go in Toronto, hopefully when they arrive several months later. That we would connect them with medications and medical care. For folks coming from South and Central America, they don't fall into the traditional refugee immigration track, and so often come here undocumented without any health care or any status. Friday, when I was in the office, I was talking to someone I've known for many, many years, a white older man who struggled with houselessness. And he beckoned me over, as he usually does, and he said, "Can you help me put on my shoe?" And I looked down at his foot, and I know that he's had a wound on his leg for some time now that has not healed. And I looked at his shoe, which was half on, and I won't describe what I saw. I had to get some staff support to help, and while we did that, we offered this person sandwiches and talked to them about going to the hospital. Ultimately, they decided not to go for their own reasons. Also recently, I was talking to this really lovely young man who volunteers in our food bank, who lives with HIV. And he was talking to me about being a newcomer here in Canada and his struggles with finding housing and starting a new life. And he told me how when he showed up to see an apartment, the landlord looked at him and said, "I don't rent to Black people." A few weeks ago, we found out that one of our beloved sisters, a woman living with HIV, who's been battling cancer for some time, did not have basic necessities. She was traveling back and forth to treatments and in and out of the hospital. When we visited her at home, we realized she didn't even have toilet paper. So when you hear us talking about medications, access to medical support, food, financial assistance, it's a very simplified way of explaining the incredible challenges people go through every day. And I'm not cherry picking stories. I'm talking about when I go into the office, this is what I hear. We have this belief that the government should do something about this, and I don't disagree. But I think it's fantasy to wait for it. We need you. In the 80s, PWA was created by gay men living with HIV, with gay men living with AIDS, because no one cared to help people living with HIV. While much has changed, HIV is not a death sentence, and I'm sure some folks have heard me say this, it still is a matter of life and death for every single person living with HIV. If you don't have housing, if you don't have a job, you don't have medication, you don't have food, everything becomes in jeopardy. You don't have people that love you. So this is where you come in. You know, this year we've been celebrating and reflecting on the 25th anniversary, and it is absolutely incredible to think about what Danny and David created and all those brave souls that did that first bike rally. And folks were at the 25th anniversary, they heard Mark Bland's, a former board member from the 80s, or sorry, from the 90s, who was there, who made the decision to go ahead and support the bike rally. And he was saying at the time, PWA didn't have enough money to provide all of its services for the remainder of the fiscal year. So they took a big risk and gamble. But you know, when I sat back and I thought about Mark and the position that he was in 1998, I thought to myself, my God, if we didn't have you, we wouldn't be able to operate this year. So I don't want you to walk away feeling beholden or guilty. What I want you to understand is that you're a part of an incredible, incredible whole picture of life and survival for our community, part of something so much more greater than any one of our individual acts, the impacts of which go back decades, help people right now, and we have no idea what impact it will have for people in the future. Please know that you make this possible, and I'm not being dramatic here. This is true. One wish that I really have is that our community members could see you on departure day leaving, and knowing that people actually do give a damn about them. So much so that they ride their bikes from Toronto to Montreal, crew for 7 days, work their asses off to raise funds for people living with HIV, because we take care of our own. We always have, and we have to keep doing it. The fight is far from over. We're all a part of it. So please walk away. And I hope that you know, of course, this has benefits for you, people you love, but the benefits exceed far more than that. We all never know, but we know that we're a part of something greater. So yeah, raise money, please. I mean, I'm saying this to myself. We've got to raise money because our family needs us. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. That's beautiful. Where are we? We're not done this year's bike rally, but we're already looking ahead to next year. As Suzanne said, our work is not done. We need to continue to do what we're doing and help and change lives. So we're going to look for people to join leadership for next year's bike rally 26. In the coming months, we're going to be doing a call to action, talking to folks. We want people to be involved, be present, take the next step, future captains, future steering members. So our goal is to rebuild our steering committee for September and captains for October, and work year round to produce another great bike rally and continue to do the work we do to change lives. So stay tuned for that. And now I would like to invite our one of our pair of incredible sponsor co-leads to come up and tell us about this year's sponsors. And thank you, Stephen Sinbad.
Where's the, wait, this is speaker. Where am I located? Why there's so many things? Is there how many mics? Oh, there's a mic, so many things in my mouth. Okay, so me and Neil have been working, Mike, co-lead, been working really hard. We're really happy to show you all these logos. I don't know if they're all there, but that's most of them right now. So the struggle this year was just coming out of the pandemic and a little bit economic uncertainty. So people were not that cool with giving us some money sometimes, but we didn't give up. So we got some money, we got lots of in-kind stuff. One thing I want to say is you guys better get into Clif Bars and you better get into this brand. Listen, get into it. It is crunchy peanut, get into it because they gave us over 5,000 of these. Get into it. You know all the call maybe a purse, I don't know. Please take something. All right. There's other fun stuff coming your way too. What else do I have to say? So one other thing. So the other thing is you'll see a lot of postings on social media about sponsorship. Like be like, thanks, Clif Bars. It's really important if you're a social media person as well to, if you can like the post, maybe write a comment, be like, thank you, Clif Bars for the crunchy peanut butter bars. And if you want it, if you're an Instagram person, maybe you want to share that story, because what that does creates a little bit of a legacy in terms of shows that we're engaging with the product. They like that you were proud of the product and you show the product. I would suggest tagging the product, tagging PWA, and tagging the bike rally. Tag everything, okay? Tag everything. Because those little things really, really do matter. So it helps us build relationships next year. So next year we'll have 10,000 of these, right? And you'll hate me that I got 10,000 of these. I think that is all I have to say. I hope you guys like what is in your peeps. Like what is in your swag bag. We tried to make it a little bit different. There's some things in there that you probably wouldn't expect to be in there. So get excited about it. Tag all the things that are in it. And I'm here for the drag stuff. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, that's it. All right.
As I touched on, Bike Rally in 26, registration will be open on August 5th, so let's all do this again. I know for some we haven't even started, but it is a remarkable, incredible journey we're about to take, and we look forward to sharing with each and every one of you.
So we are about to open up our Q&As. I believe online they'll have the opportunity to put in the chat. Am I correct? Yes. And then as well in person, you can also, if you can't stick around, reach out to your team captain or your crew lead with any questions. And after this, we will be going over to Glad Day Bookshop and Bar and Cafe, and wonderful supportive space over on Church Street for some social time. So that's gonna be great. Yay, social time. So does anybody have any questions?
Right.
You in the hat.
Stand up.
Michael, would you like to clarify the reference of shoe bags?
So Steva referred to your swag bags. They'll be reusable kind of totes that you will keep with you on the ride. And on the final day in the morning, you will place your shoes that you want to wear at arrival into those bags. And we have little name tags as well if you want to do that, because they will all look the same. And the wrestlers will have big bins out, and you can put your shoes into those bins. And once we get to the park and you drop off your bike, those bins will be out. You'll get your shoes, switch them out with your riding shoes, and that's it. It's magic.
So just a quick point of clarification. We will have bins for your shoes.
So for those of you online, the bins will be at your assigned truck that you will have formed a wonderful relationship with all week to put your shoes in and then later take your shoes out. Glenn, what is your question? Will there be a shoe bin for Kingston?
Walking around with the dates and everywhere, worrying about it. It'd be nice if we could have the same thing as reliable.
We will take that into consideration and let you know. Connie,
I don't think I've heard where we're staying in Port Hope. Maybe I missed it.
oh yeah, you did not hear that. So Connie asked where we're staying in Port Hope. The answer is there is a community center that we will be staying at. So we have a ton of space for camping. And in addition, our meals will be inside an air-conditioned building. And as Sarah mentioned earlier, there'll also be activities inside and the opportunity to hang out inside that evening.
Yeah, so the rec center is actually right in Port Hope. So this is the first time we're actually staying in the town. And so you can walk 15 minutes to the main drag of Port Hope. Yeah, that'll be nice. So behave yourselves, obviously. We'll be in the streets of the town. But other than that, it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here and then back to Glenn.
Zach.
If I could just ask Todd to recap sort of the cutlery, dishwashing, not dishwashing.
Okay, so the question for those on Zoom who couldn't hear is for Todd to clarify the reusable and non-reusable, et cetera, dish stuff.
As in many past years, but maybe not every past year, you're expected to bring your own plate and cutlery for breakfast and dinner. Now, some of you last year went out to Dollarama and bought a 10-pack and brought that and then just tossed the plate every day. We will provide an insert. If you bring a regular plate, we will provide the insert to keep the plate clean. We don't have the staff to be able to do dishwashing stations, which we used to do many years ago. So even though it might sound a bit off right now, take the cutlery in with you into the shower perhaps, or there will be lots of cold water around, but not necessarily lots of hot water around. Does that clarify? Well, we won't have the hot water to wash cutlery. So that's where I was suggesting that maybe you take it into the shower with you. Sorry, I don't know what else to suggest. There we go. You could also do that if you wanted to do that. I did have, like I said, I did have a number of people last year that said it was really simple. They just went to Dollarama, bought biodegradable for those other meals, that kind of thing. Can I mention one other thing about meals? Because I did say about this. For those of you who might still be a bit concerned, you have to make sure you fill out on that form, which I presume you already did, anything that you have nutrition-wise. All right, that's how we find out whether you are vegan, gluten-free, vegetarian, lactose-free, and all the other brands that we have for it. So we need to know that way. If, however, you're still concerned, nutrition@bikerally.org, just send me an email. I haven't gotten any this year yet, so I'm presuming everything is good, but we'll see. And Christine from Browns is here tonight, if anyone has any questions specifically for her also.
I will also add halal and kosher are also options if you have those dietary restrictions. So please just let us know. Glenn, do you still have your question?
Well, not necessarily for myself. I was wondering if we're out on the lawn of the community center, will people still be allowed to drink alcohol out in the public.
Yeah, it's not like a public park that people hang out at, like it's far removed.
It's like a fairground.
Yeah, it's like a fairground. It's not like there's gonna be like kids coming in to play hockey and us on the lawn. But thank you for that question. Sam, do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a bunch of debates who are coming from the United States that have been staying at Metropolitan University, and they're wondering what they do.
Okay, so the question, I'm gonna hand it off to Michael for the answer, but the question is, if you are staying at TMU as an international or interprovincial rider, what will you do with your bicycles?
So the residents at TMU doesn't let you take your bike into your room with you. They do have bike storage rooms in their basement that you can lock up your bike there. If you're not comfortable leaving it there for whatever reason, get in touch with us and we will store it at PWA in a locked place at the office. Scott.
Another suggestion that a lot of people do is they actually bring the bikes to the top. A lot of times we have to build them up. So reach out to cyclists.
Great. That sounds better, so I don't have to move it.
For anyone on Zoom who didn't hear that, the mention was that at Cycle Solutions, it's also an option if you need your bike built back up for you. They have storage options as well, and reach out maybe, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to be open early or late or whatever needs to happen, but we can problem solve together. Any other questions? Yeah, go for it. Okay.
Emma Cole.
Emma Cole. So the question was, someone was coming from Montreal to the Kingston 3-day ride. Talk to Emma Cole. Anyone coming from anywhere, moving around and trying to figure things out? Yeah, just come talk to Emma Cole. She has a beautiful flow chart. Are there any questions coming in from online? Reading.
Says they only drink maple syrup. Can we do something about that?
You'll have to bring your own supply.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I think we're good.
Okay, anyone else in person?
Oh,
Yes,
Eva?
Steva?
Will there be Cliff Bars on the ride?
Peanut butter Cliff Bars available for everyone. If anyone was wondering, like Steva, if there would be Cliff Bars available. Okay, to add to the Cliff Bar conversation, our fantastic caterers will be picking up other flavors also.
Thousands of them.
Not
Thousands.
5,000 of them. Okay, I saw some more hands go up. If I can't, yes, Tim.
I was thinking of bringing some glow sticks. How many should I bring?
How many glow sticks should you bring? The answer is an unobtrusive amount. Yeah, I see someone. Yeah, go for it, up in the back. The question was, is there ice available each morning to put into water?
Well, we really hope, yes, to be able to have ice every morning available. It just, we have to make sure that we have people to be able to pick it up along the way. We'll do our best to make sure that's available. It definitely will be available at lunch and at dinner. Morning is a bit more problematic at 5:30.
In addition, the road support vehicles all carry ice. So if you are out and about and you see one of our fantastic crew members waving their hair or their wigs or their hands and cheering you on, they will 98% sure have ice in their vehicle as well. If you need to reload your bottles.
And that'll be early. We get ice.
Yeah, we get that early, so. Yes,
Galen?
Galen. Oh, okay. So that was Galen. Galen recently broke his wrist in an awful pothole. And he was asking if anyone knows anything about recumbent bikes or has any connections or whatnot, to reach out. So, yeah, do that.
Anything online?
Yes, Larry.
Larry.
Larry wants to remind everyone that we are leaving on a long weekend, and a good point is that the long weekend holiday Monday will be the day that we are riding through Picton, where everybody's favorite LCBO is, and I don't think it will be open.
I know, calm down.
Calm down.
However, unlike in past years, there is an LCBO in Fort Hope that you can walk to. So get things on day one, in case, and probably it will not be open.
But also don't get too much because the wrestlers can only lift so much. So get a small 2-day supply when you are in Fort Hope. Brent says if it falls out of the bin, it's theirs.
Stefan, you had a question? Did you? Okay. We got it.
Be kind. Rewind.
Anthony?
Yes.
What should our expectations be for coffee?
Todd, you have a lot of questions here.
Well, you know.
The question is coffee availability.
It is all about coffee, isn't it? All right, well, I'll give you the skinny so nobody gets disappointed. Monday morning, oh yeah, you'll have coffee. Wednesday morning, no, sorry, Thursday morning, Friday morning, no problem. Tuesday morning at Adolphus Town, the coffee is a bit too far for me to go get. We will have lots and lots of instant coffee available for anybody who needs their coffee on the Tuesday. By the way, I do want to ask, anybody in here drink decaf still? Okay, but not enough for me to order 100 cups. That's what I wanted to know. That's where we are with coffee.
That's where we are with coffee. Also, there's always hot water. So like,
For tea.
if you want to bring your own special instant coffee or you want to bring tea, you have access to the hot water.
And
I don't think so. Yeah, we'll figure it out if there is, but we leave quite early. So the question was, does Caravana interfere with our departure? Yeah. Right, yes. So there's the packing day. I mean, there's always a way around the festivities. So yeah, I guess thanks for letting us know. Take that into account when trying to plan your travel to packing day. Yeah. Harvey? Don't worry about it. The question was about reflectors and the law. The law is not actually different than here. And it's not really enforced, but yes, you should have reflectors on your bike. It's in the handbook. Everybody should have reflectors on their bike. It helps you stay visible, and being visible is safe. So
Gabby.
reflectors. Chris.
So I was taking a look at one of the spots that's on there, people that are potentially worried about coffee, this weight water, which is apparently activated water. So you might not be able to have coffee, but if you do have that, then it should at least go. You know, use some of that to improve your instant coffee.
So for those online, Chris brought up that Wake Water is a sponsor. It's caffeinated water if you need that caffeine to get you going. And Steva from sponsorship let us know that they are single-use packets that you mix into the water, and we will have those available. Tag it. Hashtag tag it. Any other questions? Yes, Brent? Okay, Brent says we need one more 6-day rustler. Yes, Jacob. Yeah, it was recorded. I don't, do we know about how we're sharing it? This will go on YouTube.
Anthony?
In past years, there is a next sale.
We don't have a bike rally specific mech sale, but does anyone know when the sale ends? Did it already end? There was a really big sale that ended yesterday. But it wasn't bike rally specific. Someone did mention it on the bike rally Facebook group, but yeah.
Joey?
Prime days are coming up on Amazon. Maybe you can get some camping deals there if you need them.
Darren?
Will there be snacks and water and stuff in camp?
Yes, there is always a snack table. The question was, are there snacks available when you get into camp and before dinner? And the answer is yes. Any other questions?
And the menu, I hope, will be posted within the next week. It's out, it's done, it's ready. We'll get it up online.
Todd just mentioned the menu will be posted very soon. Glad Day, we only have the space till 10:30. It is currently almost 9. Any more questions that you don't want to ask me at Glad Day? All right, that's a wrap. Yeah.